All right, Virgos, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. Good to see you through YouTube land, through the screen of YouTube land, right? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. We are going to do a fun little tarot love spread for you, sexy, sexy Virgos, as the fox card falls out. Is that you? You got a fox and a wolf, a fox and a hound. That's a Disney movie, right? Anyway, welcome to my channel. You guys know, but for the newbies, I'll go over it. I do general messages, meaning not everything on this story and this little tarot reading here will resonate with you. I can just about guarantee it. Pieces and parts of this reading very likely will. I hope lots and lots of it does. Ultimately, you are always going to be in the driver's seat of your own life. So it's up to you how you want to use this energy, how these messages fit into your circumstance or scenario, and where you want to apply them, right? Know that if anything feels strange or foreign, you can drop that energy, you can drop that message, drop it like it's hot, right? That means it's probably a message for someone else, so please do have faith that it is going out to someone else. It won't always be for you. I really need to hammer that home because I think sometimes people get confused. They think I'm a Virgo, so everything will make sense for me. It's never how it works, I promise you. Every now and then you hit the jackpot and you get a message that feels like it was fine-tuned for you specifically, and that's great. So we'll see what we can get. I hope, again, lots and lots of this resonates. If not, please don't be offended. Check out other videos. Check out another reader. Let's see what we can get. Everything else about this video that you might be wondering about will be written in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I'm The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Check that out if you're interested. I am annoyingly active on Instagram, so if that's your thing, I'll see you on there. And if not, we are going to do this thing here on YouTube. For Virgo, love, relationships, messages of romance. What do we need to know for Virgo? All right, last thing, if you don't currently have a person, this could certainly represent someone coming in. So again, keep an open heart, keep an open mind, up to you what you want to do with these messages. All right, so starting it off, we have a fox. We have someone who's foxy, who's sexy, who's good looking. It can also indicate a little bit of slyness, a little bit of sneaky behavior as I give you a hairy tarot card. So let's see. Something about getting yourself out of a prickly bramble bush. You may have gotten yourself into a tricky situation. There's a bit of a stare down. There's also somebody, hold on one second. Gosh, there's a couple different messages coming through here. So somebody is like, so there's someone that you find very beautiful that is looking at you romantically or sexually, but what's confusing me is you're in disbelief. Almost like I'm almost getting like, me? But even with that though, even if, I know this is like a silly metaphor, but even if they give you the signal like, yeah, you're still like, no, it couldn't be. So you're in absolute disbelief that there's someone interested in you, and neither one of you are really, it's nonverbal communication. It's all with looks, or maybe you guys are texting on social media, but it's not like the physical conversation. I don't know, someone may be dropping hints and you're just not getting it, or you're completely brushing it off because you think it's not true. So that might be a whole separate message in and of itself. For a lot of you, it could be a fire sign or another earth sign. One more clue for those who resonate as it flew off the table. Oh, this is such a pain in the ass. Sorry, Virgo. I'm going to have to climb down and get it. I don't even know where it went. Sorry, awkward. 1 second. All right, it was Aquarius who wanted to be a pain in the ass. No, just kidding. So yeah, for one or two of you, there's an Aquarius that either you're looking at or vice versa. One person is in absolute disbelief, but they're not even pursuing it. They're not even trying to figure out if they're correct. They're just like, no, it couldn't be. I don't know if this has to do with an ex or someone if that's the case, it may have to do with someone from your past who's giving you eyes again. They're giving you kind of like the sexy once-over, and you're just, okay, if that's the case, if it's an ex, then for most of you, you would have no interest in them because they would have burned you in the past. It probably had to do with some sort of situation where they were sneaking around or cheating on you. Okay, so it might not be you dumbstruck, not understanding. It might be that you damn well understand that they are trying to flirt with you or get your attention, but you are like a brick wall. Like they will not be penetrating the walls or anything else for that matter, right? Interesting. So there's someone in your life that you're suspicious of that potentially comes back, and like, I don't think you need to be fearful because you will be able to shut them down. I don't do fear-based messages anyway, but okay, that's what it is. You guys are in a deadlock because it's unspoken. Okay, this makes sense to me now. There's an unspokenness between the two of you where you essentially non-verbally are saying, you know what you did to me, like you're an asshole, how dare you come back. It's something like that. Someone is trying to, again, it could be another earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They know that they screwed up, but here's the thing, I gotta be really honest with you, Virgo, they don't really seem that sorry about it. They seem like they're kind of coming back, because maybe that's all this ever was kind of like a hit it and quit it thing. Maybe you wanted more and you didn't understand that that's what this person's intentions were, because again, they were secretive, they were sly, they probably didn't share a lot of information about you. Could also have been that you found out later on this person was involved with someone else, and again, maybe you found out the hard way, and the thing is, I think you cut it off, but then this person is still coming back to you, and they're not saying much. That's what I don't like. They're not even coming with an explanation or an apology. I don't know why this is being relayed to me, but just bear with me, guys. I know it's a crazy, crazy message here. Something about the movie Pretty in Pink, for those who have seen it, and if you haven't, it's not a big deal. The bad guy in that movie, Steph, James Spader, he walks around in his like linen Miami Vice suits, and he's oozing with evil. He's nasty to people. It's just, he's great. He's a fantastic actor, but his character in that movie, it just oozes with evil. And he walks around like his shit don't stink. Like it's that kind of energy where, he catches the eyes of Molly Ringwald in the hallway. And even though he's a jerk to her, he's just like, hey. And so that's you in metaphor. You're like, are you really hitting on me right now? Like after everything we've been through? Yeah, again, something about this may have to do with an Aquarius. If that isn't your person, it could be you having strong Aquarian in your chart. Could also indicate that they had wandering eyes and maybe an Aquarian played a factor in this. All right, interesting, Virgo. So let's move on. Let's see what else you got going on. With your person, yeah, they have the moon. You will be guided through the darkness. All right. So the moon I typically associate with my Cancers or my Virgos. I'm sorry, not Virgos, but I did say that, and you're Virgo. So what I was going to say was Pisces, but that came up for a reason. So some of you are Cancers and Virgos. Okay, so a lot of you are still struggling being single right now, and something is being relayed to me is that this is obviously all in metaphor. You are in the darkness right now because you're still going through the birth canal. You haven't been reborn into this new cycle of your life, into this new chapter. It seems like you're sort of caught in the in-between worlds. Like you haven't completely separated from an ex, and maybe you're starting to date, but you haven't. Nothing, I think, with like a current person has really been set in stone. And so maybe you don't know where you stand with one person. So you're in the darkness right now, but have faith that like your world is going to open up. This to me is very much a card of like being birthed again through like the birth canal. So again, maybe some of you are pregnant, though I'm not really getting that metaphor. It has to do with a new version of yourself, Virgo, and you're liberated, you're free. She's naked, so there's great vulnerability there, but there's ownership of who this person is, flaws and all. They're not apologizing for things they've done or this or that. They're embracing every single chapter of the book they've been writing up until now, for my writers out there, right? And they're in the center of their world. It's nobody else. It's not putting anyone up on a pedestal thinking, wouldn't it be nice? This is all about like, I'm in control of my life. I'm the power player. I'm in like the power position. I'm calling the shots about all these people that are surrounding me, but it's very self-focused, and I think there is a renaissance, there is a rebirth of you coming back into your power because something happened with someone who was a little bit dishonest here, or someone that just really disappointed you. Somebody that you did have deep emotion for, deep affection for. It got sort of wacky. So let's clarify this, because then you have judgment coming up. So for me, that's typically scorpionic energy. Again, a rebirth. It's frequently called rebirth in other tarot decks. Let's find out what that is about. Why is judgment coming up here for my Virgos? It could be that something you couldn't see before about this person finally comes to clarity. again, being led through the darkness, there's not a lot of insight. There's not a lot of illumination of what went on. It could be that once you decide to, again, step into your power and sort of take back control of your life and sort of let the universe, right, the world, let God, spirit, universe know that you're ready to accept new blessings and start writing a new chapter. This is a kind of like metaphorically a graduation. You've accomplished something in a cycle in your life and now you're ready to move on. So like a major accomplishment for you, Virgo. It's possible some of you might literally be getting degrees, right? It can be a literal graduation. More in metaphor though, it's like you graduated from the school of the hard knocks is sort of what I'm getting from that. You did go through a really challenging period, specifically regarding a relationship where you felt like there was a lot kept from you. There were a lot of secrets. All right, so there is a judgment. There is a rebirth of someone that you've been waiting for an offer. You've been waiting for an offer from someone, particularly an earth sign. It does seem like they reach out to you, and I'm always very cautious in how I present these messages. I'm not the type of tarot reader to tell you all your dreams are coming true, right? And I think we have to be very careful about setting expectations. As a reader, right? When you're reading the cards, I don't want to be like, oh, well, you're going to win the lottery and this and that. But it does seem quite clear to me that you're reflecting back on your past. You're reflecting back on this difficult chapter through the darkness. But there's still a lot of questions. There's still a lot of like wondering about why things turned out the way they did. Why I'm saying that though is that something you've been waiting on, there is the action of like the hand presenting something, and it's coming from something from the past. It's this angel handing something down to you. So it could potentially be an earth sign from your past, again, reaching out to you, because that was sort of the message earlier. You may have a different viewpoint though. This is all about having a larger perspective. It's the worldwide view. If you were to zoom out and see sort of the forest from the trees, before there wasn't clarity. So somewhere along the line, you do get from darkness to illumination. It may be spiritual guidance or advice for those who are quite spiritual or spend time in meditation or prayer. It could be that your guardian angels sort of drop a truth bomb on you. Again, when your brain is in that mode of not forcing a solution or forcing yourself to try and figure out the pieces to the puzzle, it's almost like they drop, I just keep getting, they drop like a little truth bomb your way, and you kind of recognize that it's some sort of truth about the person you're waiting on. Let's keep going. All of that applies, just I'm not sure where you stand, and maybe I'm not supposed to know, right? The message essentially is something you've been waiting on. You do get a tangible offer or a tangible call or something you can work with in the 3D. It's not this imaginary fantasy you're building up in your head. It gets delivered to you in a tangible way. So it could just be, it could be like a message from your spirit guides. It could also be an offer from this earth sign in the past. But I just want to make clear, it could potentially be this one, but it could be a different one as well. You may have a dream about someone from your past that maybe, I don't know if you ever had feelings for them or they were just kind of in your network of friends, but it's almost like it comes out of nowhere, but somewhere in that dream, there may be an answer regarding this past relationship. You may come to the conclusion, this is kind of a harsh message, so earmuffs if you're not ready for it. It's not everyone, but there may be some sort of message about a friend of yours ended up being part of this whole third party thing that really drew a wedge in the friendship, because it's like, yeah, you guys were like sharing the same partners, and I don't think you knew. Again, it was illuminated to you later, but it would have been someone that you started to like either build a life with or build a friendship with. Maybe that's what this is you're waiting for an apology. Again, be very careful with that. It's wonderful when you get apologies, but you cannot expect them. You have to understand that the importance of self-healing, of nursing your own wounds, despite what people may or may not do or may not offer. Yeah, this is a brick about rebuilding your own life, a brick in the pathway of moving on. Again, you've graduated from the most difficult part. Now it's time to set yourself free and set yourself free from that baggage. But it's almost like you get the gift of clarity. Some of you may be literally working on like your intuitive gifts, and you're starting to realize that the more time you spend talking to God or your spirit guides, you are starting to get more intuitive about sensing people's energies, because before you didn't really see this coming. Now it's like you can smell the fox as they approach. You can smell almost like the energies of people who just don't have good intentions. Yeah, you're working with the divine on something. Tell me more about this, this Three of Wands. And if you're waiting to hear from a water sign, particularly a Scorpio, they're interested in you romantically. Yeah, with bouquet, that feels very nice. That feels very good. I was going to say, I do think this person might reach out to you, but you don't seem interested. This is like, what did I say? James Spader, Steph in Pretty in Pink. This is like Ducky. You know, for those who are familiar with that whole storyline, this is like the cute side partner, like the best friend who has feelings for you. But sorry, to be clear, this would not be someone who potentially slept with your ex or whatever. This is like a whole new cast of characters. So yeah, that feels good, but is that the one you're waiting on though? That's what I mean. There's two different things coming in. One you've manifested from all the work you've done on yourself, almost as like a token of appreciation from the universe, for lack of a better term. That one's nice. It's blooming, it's blossoming, it's healthy, right? It's a nice, solid, healthy offer that would contribute positively to your life. And I'm not saying the other one wouldn't, because it may come in the form of, the thing is, it's really not an apology. I don't know what this would be. A breadcrumb? That's sort of what this could be, of like, again, it's like eyes across the hall. It's like, hey. And again, you know exactly who this person is, but you're just kind of like, really? Hey? It's been 10 years and you cheated on me and blah, blah, blah. And like, you have all this baggage with this person, but they seem to be coming back for some reason. Do they need money? Is that what this is? Are they offering out their hand because they need to borrow money from you? I don't know what that would be, Virgo. All right, let's get some positive messages here. This one's kind of heavy, isn't it? All right, so coming out, the Green Man, the forces of nature favor you. All right, well, good. I like that quite a bit. Yeah, this is all about karma for me. Something about this person's energy, it's going to swallow them whole. Yeah, there is like a darkness about this person's energy where they do kind of use people, and they have no, again, like just the James Spader character, he has no sympathy. He has no empathy for anybody else. It's like, it's his world and everybody else is just in it. That's what I mean. You separate yourself from this person and you come into your power and you're like, it's my world, bitch. Like I do think you're kind of going to rip this person a new one. If/when they try and come back in. I said something similar to, I think it was Aquarius. It was actually a similar message, and actually Aquarius is coming out. So again, sometimes the energies go vice versa. You might want to check this out if any of that makes sense. If not, again, sorry, it's not your message this week. But yeah, there's something about someone coming back from the past, and I think you were just like halting, screeching, nope, not letting them into my energy. Yeah, the fates of the divine, something about the doors of karma, they've cut their own path. They took like the not so straight and narrow path of like just kind of getting toxic devil energy of using people and bouncing from different people. And I do think it has to do with like, quite frankly, like a lack of self-love. They don't love themselves. They don't respect themselves, but instead they kind of manifest that by taking it out on other people and using them. So yeah, you have two options coming in. One is this fox fellow or female. Again, it's up to you what you want to do, Virgo. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but you have a lot of animosity towards this person. So if this is something you're kind of thinking about reigniting, I think it would take a lot of work. I think it would take a lot of energy. I sort of feel like it's a test, to be honest. All right, Virgo, we're back. So yeah, I just noticed bottom of your deck over here is the Star too. So again, that to me is kind of like a double emphasis on this Aquarian energy. Maybe it's just the idea of your own self-healing. After the Tower card comes the Star card. So this could just indicate you've been through like a spiritual awakening of sorts where, again, you've aligned yourself. So you've refocused, you've realigned yourself with your North Star, your guiding light. The light that's in your lantern as your own card, Virgo, the Hermit, becomes your North Star, your guiding light in the sky. Again, to the divine. You have divine energy around you. They're trying to lead you down a new path, a different path that is much more solid, that's going to offer you blessings and love and just like, yeah, some really lovely energy. I do like that. But it does seem like, in a sense, you are sort of being tested where something about like the hands of time or the hands of like the destiny, something about this person may come back and like, I'm sort of hearing to clear their conscience a bit, but I would take that with a grain of salt because Their energy just isn't presenting like they've made a lot of changes. Even if they offer an apology, I feel like it wouldn't hold any weight with you because it's what is that expression, like, don't tell me your plan, show me your results. There's been no change. There's been no results. It's almost like they bounce from you to someone else, and then they come back around just to see what's up with you, and you're just like, no. Like, what? Like, just reading the cards, I'm confused. Like, why would this person have the audacity to come back to you, Virgo, when they kind of treated you like shit? This could even be that they, like, almost ghosted you out of nowhere. They came in thinking something about a helping hand, and then they dropped you. Drop it like it's hot. Like, there was something, it came in very quickly, and then it left just as quickly. It was like hands off. So I don't know if this person is already spoken for. It could be that they're married and it's almost like they got their wrist slapped by their partner being like, who's this? And so they had to drop you like, nobody, I don't know them. It was something like they wouldn't take responsibility for what went down with you. Very interesting. Yeah, this person wouldn't take responsibility. That's huge. Karma is going to catch up with them. Again, it's not your job to enforce that karma. I don't think you should be pulling any sort of strings of manipulation. I think you need to just give it to God, throw it up in the air, and let the chips fall where they will. You just need to self-focus on you and make sure that you're treating yourself with like dignity and respect. So, all right. So then the overall action here is 4 of Cups. Yeah, you're still thinking about this person though. Is it because you want redemption? Again, I would be real careful with that. You do seem sad about this. Maybe it's if this person surfaces back up in your life, maybe it brings back memories of the past that were very hard to deal with. Why 4 of Cups for Virgo? I mean, again, I'm getting mixed messages, so I'm wondering if this 4 of Cups relates to someone else. Why 4 of Cups for Virgo? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're waiting on communication from someone and it's very stubborn. It hasn't come in yet. Particularly with a Scorpio. There will be messages coming through, potentially from a Sagittarius, though it doesn't have to be. But yeah, you're stuck in devil energy. So this, again, this could have to do with an earth sign from the past. You got lured in by their siren song, by their sweet, sweet music. But yeah, something about once you tasted the fruit, it ended up giving you a tummy ache. It got sour. The relationship turned. But there may have been something about lust or sexual passion about this where they used you and they fled. That's sort of the message I get, but they come back around and again, you're the one making the judgment call here, not me. I'm just forewarning you, for most of you, whoever this fox, this sly little thief or cheat was, they really haven't changed their game much. They're coming in pretty much presenting in the same energy. There is, however, again, you have your Steph and then you have your Ducky. There's this cute, and maybe that you don't like it because it's just cute, it's not sexual. This one is far more sexual. This one, it's temptation, but it's the devil. It could be a Capricorn. But yeah, there's something, because it's being presented with all this dark energy, I just heard like a tiger can't change its stripes. And in this particular reading, I think that's true. I said something similar to Capricorn, but it was the opposite. It was like a tiger can change its stripes. But that may have to do with you in understanding what you no longer will settle for in love. Something about the stripes being a metaphor for prison bars with this person. You've kept yourself in like a mental prison. You've kept yourself waiting, or you've put your life on pause for one, if not many people, hoping they return to you. And that's sort of a rough burden for you to carry because you're just left waiting. You need to put more focus on your own self, your own endeavors, your own spiritual growth. Like, spirit would never want you to stay in a place where you weren't growing and developing. It's almost like your spirit guides or God. It's like, come with me, Virgo, this way, towards the light. They're trying to help you escape the darkness. But even the way these cards are placed, your head is still tilted back looking at the dark energy. So I think that's sort of why the 4 of Cups and why the 3 of Wands. There is this boredom or complacency in your love life right now where you're waiting for change. You're waiting for action. It's almost like you're waiting for anything to arrive. And so I'm sort of hoping that this Ducky arrives quicker. I know if you guys haven't seen that movie, it makes no sense. But anyway, I'm hoping this offer arrives before possibly the returning of this one, because you may have clouded judgment when it comes to dealing with this energy again. If you are really bored and complacent, or you just feel like you're unlucky in love, going back to this person as like a fallback, Virgo, I'm trying to just be protective of you. It doesn't feel like the cards are urging you in that direction. It feels like they're nudging you towards newness. What path are you building now? Now that you graduated from the school of the hard knocks and learned some valuable lessons, you've set yourself free from this prison of waiting and waiting and waiting. It's almost like once you stop waiting, that's when they come back. And I feel like that's how it works in tarot, right? It's all about what you're manifesting. If you're waiting, universe sends the signal like, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. And so it's that. But then once you kind of change your game, I'm the center of my world. Well, it brings back the narcissist, doesn't it? So yeah, so there's going to be an assessment of who you want to work with. So FYI, underneath all this assessment of can we make it work, you have 10 of Cups coming up twice. Underneath that is the Sun, so potentially with a Leo or an Earth King, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, then you have Ace of Cups. Then you have 2 of Cups. You have 6 of Pentacles. You have the Empress. You have amazing cards here once you decide to cut communication off from the one who abandoned you, the one who put you through all this hardship in the first place. Again, you can point the finger of blame, but essentially it did come down to how you dealt with the situation. I'm not saying it was fair. I'm not saying you deserved it. I'm saying there's an understanding that it happened and your only choice was to go within and heal your own wounds. After all that bullshit exits your life, again, this person may come knocking on your door again, but so will another offer, and I'm getting this one is so much better. Are you seeing all these cards, Virgo? Just to be clear, are you understanding? The Empress, the King of Pentacles, again, Earth energy, right? A really great suit for you. The 2 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, new beginning, the card of Leo, joy, creativity, rebirth, happiness, sunshine, and 10 of Cups, the fairy tale ending. Yeah. I am sensing that newness is what the universe is trying to get you to see. And some of you aren't ready to see that yet. And again, that's okay. Everyone is on their own spiritual path. But if you don't want things to stay forever in the same cycle, you got to break free and do something different. Romance cards for Virgo. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. What are you passionate about? What do you like, Virgo? What makes you happy? So you have amazing cards coming up. What's coming out on these aces is passion and soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It also kind of came out on these Sagittarian messages, the archer bows or the arrows of the archer. It doesn't have to be a Sagittarius, but these represent a whole bunch of new opportunities coming into you, and they're coming in like a stampede of unicorns. There's something about somebody who appreciates your uniqueness and your individuality. Now I will say, what came over this fox, right, is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. That doesn't surprise me. The chemistry is a fun card to get. It's the sex card, right? But it's also, they're shown with like these magician hoods. There's a trickster here. So again, maybe that's why it's confusing. If this person you've been waiting on finally does come back, the temptation to revisit it is absolutely there. Again, you might do it, Virgo, and that's entirely up to you. That's your prerogative. We all have free will. Again, this might be a sexual connection, and if that's all you want, fantastic, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get sex, but that's about it. This person is going to run. This person is going to dodge the bullet of commitment. I just keep getting over and over and over. So unless they come to you a changed man or a changed woman, if they have completed some major cycle, right, and they're wearing their graduation cap and gown, and they offer you a really great explanation and an apology for all the shit they did to you, maybe, I'm just a tarot reader on YouTube. Maybe. You can make up your mind. Err with caution, though. Do not take this person at their word. It's like, show me your results. Prove it to me. What is your tangible evidence? Why should I take this offer from you? Okay? Zodiac signs. Let's do it. Let's wrap it up for Virgo. For Virgo. I'm rooting for you, Virgo. I know your last few love readings have been challenging. You've had some rough ones. So, again, not for everybody. But yeah, again, my sympathies. I'm not here to beat you up, but hopefully this message helps somebody who needs to hear it. That's my goal. That's my intent. I come at this again with love and positivity. I'm rooting for everybody out there. But why don't you have any zodiac signs coming out? I feel like this could involve multiple zodiac signs. There were at least 3 people coming up here. All right, I'm just going to take them. I'll take those. They didn't want to come out for me. Sagittarius, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, and Scorpio. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if any of this resonated. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Virgo.